Alyssa Poggioli, life, leadership, executive, and connection coach, wanting to break down Michael Arloski's 10 tenets of wellness. I've been doing a lot of reading for the board certification that I'm taking later this year, and just noticing the difference between what people classify health as versus wellness and well-being. Health is a very in-time specific condition that your body is experiencing and is based on what a doctor or physician is going to diagnose you as, versus wellness and well-being are really about taking that holistic approach of those 8 spaces of well-being: mental, emotional, spiritual, communal, intellectual, social, emotional, and societal. So when we really start to think about living a healthy lifestyle of wellness and well-being, there's so much more that goes into it than eating the right foods and going to the gym or being active regularly. So Michael Arloski's first tenet, he has these 10 tenets of wellness, which I think is super cool. So the first one is wellness is a holistic concept, meaning that there's a mind, body, spirit component. Who we are mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually truly does impact our overall state of being. The second is self-esteem is critical for change. It's a critical factor in change. Change is difficult. It's uncomfortable, but when we're not taking into consideration that our minds and our identity impact our behaviors and the esteem and confidence that we have going into that, if that's not present, change is going to be really, really difficult. The third is positive peer health norms encourage wellness lifestyle changes, which where attention goes, energy flows, and the statement that you become a makeup of those you surround yourself with, or the top 5 people that you come in contact with the most often, is very true. Your community, your friends, your family, how they live their lives is going to either have a positive or negative, empowering or disempowering impact on how you're able to show up and care for yourself. Number 4 is conscious living means becoming aware of all the choices we have and acting on them. And this again, when it comes to the mind, body, spirit component, your mindset is everything. And we want to come from the appreciative inquiry that I touched on a couple weeks ago, because if you are not being consciously aware of the choices you have and the impact they have on you and other people, it's just a leaky road for having a negative experience. So act on the choices you make and make sure that they are good ones or empowering ones. Number 5 is a sense of connectedness to other people, other species, the earth, and something greater grounds us in our lives. So whether you practice a certain level of Christianity or other religious realms, the connection to that which is greater, we're finding out more and more in the science industry, whether it's quantum physics, metaphysics, law of attraction, it does impact your overall state of well-being. So having a connection to that which is greater, it helps you with your hope, your confidence, your trust, the joy factor in life. So you want to make sure that if you're a person that kind of woe is me, like there's not something out there that interconnects us all, that has my back, that's negatively impacting your well-being. Number 6 is we are primarily responsible for our health. At the end of the day, what you're ingesting, what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're listening to, the conversations you're having with yourself or other people is your responsibility. The amount of technology you're using, the amount of processed food, all of that is your responsibility. Sometimes we get in a leaky space where we think it's just this like lifestyle It's just the way things are. But every choice you make in your day, you have a choice, and intention gets to be behind that, and you are responsible for your own health. Number 7 is increased self-sufficiency comes from the confidence and the power that overshadows fear. So what are you doing that helps you increase your level of confidence, your level of self-efficacy? It's very easy to have the world become a very reactive space and a very fear-based space when you don't have confidence and self-sufficiency. Solo time is number 8. 8 is solo time allows us to really know ourselves. In a busy world that's full of digitalness, it's easy to always be connected and never be able to turn it off. But research has shown that the more time we can spend by ourselves doing nothing or not having a distraction really can be beneficial in the wellness aspect of helping us get to know ourselves. Number 9 is you don't have to be perfect to be well. So don't put parameters around what well even is. It's not going to the gym 5 days a week. It's not this. How you feel, how you're showing up is more about like releasing that perfection will have a huge impact on you. Because also it's the people who have this like really rigid plan or schedule that they end up not being able to follow. That's what pushes them over, and then they just give up. And the last one is play. We all need to lighten up. We live in a world where we are very critical, whether it's about how we look, how we perform, what we can do, where our marital status is, if we've bought a house yet. And so we have these pressures from the societal conditioning that we need to be someone or have something to get that external validation, and it puts a lot of pressure on us. So number 10 is play. We all get to lighten up, we all get to have fun, and we all get to accept ourselves for who we are and embrace the change that each one of us are on a day-to-day basis, hopefully being more conscious and creating, because we are taking responsibility for how I'm showing up impacts how you're showing up, and how you're showing up impacts me and those around you. So Michael Arloski, the 10 Tenets of Wellness. If you want to learn more, he's got a couple really great articles out there. I encourage you to read through them, and I'll see you next week.